Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I want to apologize for the quality of my last video. Every now and then, I think it is when my phone is like full and has no storage left, the videos upload very weird and fuzzy. So hopefully that will be fixed for this video. And just a very quick intro because I want to get into the look. You guys, we're going to create this eye look together. It is super easy, super quick. If you're doing it on your own and not talking through the steps, it's about 5 minutes per eye, but super pretty. And I can't wait to show you guys how to do it. But first, I just want to mention my 2 giveaways that I have going on because they will be ending this week on my days off. The winners will be chosen through the random comment picker, and I will be posting the winners and then opening my new giveaway. So definitely get your entries into my giveaways, my holiday giveaway part 1 and my BoxyCharm giveaway. I will have both of the videos linked in the description box below because that is how you get your entry. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's just get right into the makeup look. Hey babes, okay, so as promised, this is going to be a short, simple look. This is the type of look that I will do when I don't have a lot of time, but I want to look like I did have a lot of time and spend a lot of time. And this is the look that we're going to do. And one eye is completed and the other eye is primed and set and ready to go. So what I like to do, I love products like the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick, or we've got the Becca, this is like the Shimmering Light Shadow in Champagne. These are great for bases for eye looks like this. So what I'm going to start with is this e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick, and this is in the shade Bronzy Metal, and it's like a dark bronzy molted metal shade. And it's so funny because the finished eye look is purple, but what this is going to do is it's going to give me a dark base, and I'm just going to place it all over the lid and just on the lid and socket area. And you don't have to be super precise with the placement of this because we're going to be blending out the edges and we're literally just using it as a base on the lid. Of course, don't go in like a 2-year-old coloring for the first time either. We don't want to have to clean up a big mess, but you don't have to be super precise with it. And because of the shape of my eye, I just lightly pull it out when I'm doing it. And simple, easy peasy. Then take a blending brush. I have really been liking this. I know I got it from Ipsy. I don't know if it's their own brushes, but it looks like this, and it's just kind of like one of those more precise blending brushes. And I'm just going to go over the edge of that shadow stick. And when I'm doing this, I'm not blowing it out to the edge. I'm not bringing it way up. I'm literally just following the line of the socket of my eye and keeping it very rounded and just blending the edge of that color out. And doing this, it almost acts as a little transition shade up there as well, so that the part right above the socket isn't completely bare. And then it just blends out that edge. And you can just lightly take your finger across the lash line if you felt like you missed a little piece, or you have a little piece of lash line that doesn't have the shadow on it. You can just take your finger and kind of rub that color over the shadow. And that is the first step. Now the second step, I'm going to take the Becca shimmering stick, and that is what it looks like. And it's just kind of like a champagne toned shadow stick. And I'm going to use this for just in the middle of the lid. And again, you don't have to be super precise with your placement. Just kind of draw it on the center of the lid. And this is going to give a base for the light part that I have in the center. And I'm just taking it and drawing it right on there. But again, just keeping it on the center of the lid. And keep in mind, you can use this technique and literally do any color scheme you want. You can do gold and bronze, you can do pink and purple. I had this ColourPop Bambi Flower palette that I really wanted to try, so I just went with the purpley shades today because this is what the palette looks like. Super pretty. I got this in a BoxyCharm sale not too long ago and really wanted to try it out. So that's just the colors that I went with today, but you could do it with any colors. So for the middle part of the eye where I just put that Becca Cosmetics shadow stick, I'm gonna go in with this middle purple kind of iridescent purpley gold color. And I'm doing this just to kind of give that area underneath a purple tint. And then I'll show you what we'll do next. So I'm just gonna go in with my finger and look how pretty that color is. And I'm just gonna tap it right in the center of the lid, right on top of that second shadow stick that we used. So it should look like that. And again, just keeping this in the center of the lid. Now I've got that purpley base because I want like that purple undertone. So, but I also want to ice that middle part out. So I'm going to take the highlight in the palette, which also, it's white, but it also has purple shift in it. I don't know if my camera will be able to pick it up, but I'll see if it'll, whoo, I grabbed a lot. It does have a purple shift, and now I'm just gonna go right over that first purple color in the center of the lid just to kind of ice it out and give it that iridescent pearly look, and then the color underneath gives it like that purple tone. And just keeping it on the center of the lid again. I picked up too much on my finger, that's why I'm using a bare finger just to kind of blend it out a bit. I still have all that on my finger. I was trying to see if I could get it to show you guys the purple shift, but anyhow. Okay, so next, now we have the darker base that's all over the lid, and what I want to do is I want to kind of like match with the purple theme. So I'm going to take just like a small brush that I can be really precise with. This one is from ZC. I think I got this in that Amazon palette that I got, and I was so excited for it. I did a tutorial on it, and then I ended up not liking the palette. Anyhow, this is the brush that came with it, but as you can see, it's just like a small shading brush. And I'm gonna go in with this darker matte purple in the palette right here. And I'm just gonna pick some up and touch it to the edges of the eye where I have that darker base on the lid. And literally just packing it right on there, keeping it right on the outer edge, and then bringing it on the inner part as well. So it looks just like that. And picking up just a touch more and bringing it right on the inner part. My kids are really having a rough time the last couple days. All of the Christmas festivities and all of that really had them completely off of their normal schedule. And when you have toddlers that are off of their schedule for days, you end up with monsters. So, okay, so next I'm gonna go in with that blending brush that I used first to blend out that first shadow stick on the lid. And I'm just going to lightly go kind of like take that purple, that darker purple color, and just kind of just tap it a little bit and follow the natural outline of my eye socket. Again, not bringing it like way up or anything like that. Just really trying to keep the focus of this look on my lid. I want the lid to be the showstopper today, so to speak. But also just kind of blending and trying to make it all come together, which with a look like this is actually pretty easy to do. So this is like kind of like my go-to, one of my go-to looks for a quick, easy work day or whatever day. It doesn't have to be work, it could be anything, but it's just so very simple and pretty because we are literally almost done with like the shadow part. Now this part is definitely, it's You don't have to do it. I'm just a little bit extra. As you can see, we already have like the little spotlight lid going, where we have the darker on the inner and the outer, and then the lighter kind of shimmery. But I like to be a little bit extra, and these are beautiful. These are the Stila kind of like glitter shadows, and this one is like a icy purple shift, which goes perfect with the look. And so I'm just going to take a little bit of this and just add it right there on the center of the lid, just for that extra kind of kick, because like I said, I'm just extra like that. But again, this is not necessary. You know, you could stop there and the look would be fine. Of course, you know, after your liner, and you know, you still got to do your little highlight and inner corner highlight, but this step is not necessarily, you know, whatever. I just like to be extra. And so I'm just keeping that. This, I am trying to be pretty precise with the placement because I don't want to make a mess of it. And it's not an easy cleanup if you do. Like if you accidentally place a little bit of powder shadow somewhere, it's not so hard to fix. But with this, it's not quite as easy. But anyhow, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with that small brush that where's she at? That I used for the outer edge purple. And I'm not going to put any additional product on it, but there's probably just a little bit left from the purple that I used. And I'm just going to lightly go back and forth on the edges of that liquid shadow, just very lightly, so that it's not a harsh transition between the colors. And as you can see, it just gives that extra iridescence in the middle of the lid, which I really, really like. And now my dog is going crazy, but this house is a freaking zoo, I tell you. Okay, so now for this look, a lot of times I really, really kind of go crazy with I love highlights. I love to really accentuate under the brow bone and kind of even bring it down into the look. I just love icy highlighted looks. But for this look, I really want the attention to be on the lid. So I'm going to go in very lightly, and I'm going to use the highlight in the same palette because it's got that purple shift and goes with the look. And I'm just going to grab like a skinny brush like this. This is a, what is it? A Sigma E46. And I'm just going to pick a little bit up and very lightly highlight under the brow area, just so that it's not bare up there. But again, I want to just keep this very minimal because I want the main focus to be the lid for today. You can always shear it out a bit. And then I'm also going to put some on the inner corner. And then I need to do my concealer really quickly before I put some purple in the lash line and do my waterline and mascara. So I'm going to quickly do that. And today and I'll show you really quick how I really have been liking doing my concealer lately. If you have dry under eyes, or you have aging skin or mature skin, this is a really good technique to use so that your under eye area doesn't crease and cake, but you can still get that lifted look, and brightened look. So I'm going to start with the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. I absolutely love this stuff. So it is not the same as their concealer, but it is more of like a luminous, just kind of gives a luminosity. And I just put a couple dots and then a couple dots on the outer edge there, just like that. And then I will also take my concealer, and today I used the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. It looks like it's in, I know it's just a very light shade. My eyes are not wanting to focus on something that small right now. I am tired. And you guys, we got like 8 inches of snow where I'm at in Michigan, and I'm getting ready for work right now. So it should be a fun ride into work. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking little dots and literally putting them right over the dots I made with the Shape Tape Glow Wand. And you don't need much for this at all. And that's one thing that like you really don't want to overdo it when you have really dry skin or when your skin is beginning to age, because this is going to make you look older. And we don't want that. Now I'm going to take the beauty blender that's already damp that I used for my foundation. And I'm just going to tap it in. And when I tap it, I'm just kind of bringing it down, bringing the inner corner and down and then over just a bit. So just like that. And it's really kind of just brightening up this area right in here. And without making it look cakey or creasy. And then I'm just going to take these dots over here and blend them up. And it's going to give me that lifted effect that we all want. Just like that. And that is how I've been really, really like doing my concealer lately. And of course, I will lightly set it. And I showed a trick in that in my last video. By the way, that video quality, I don't know why it randomly does that to me sometimes. Luckily, it doesn't happen often. So I'm so sorry about the quality of that last video for the New Year's look. And I couldn't delete it and re-upload it because I needed space in my phone. So I had already deleted it from my phone. So it just is what it is with that one, unfortunately. But sometimes it just happens. I don't know what to say. One day I'll have a nice video recorder machine and I won't have to worry about using my phone, but for now we got to do what we got to do. So okay, so now that I've got that placed, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that purple matte again and kind of like a little liner brush. This is from Laura Geller, just a typical liner brush, and I'm gonna pick up some of that matte purple color and I'm just gonna add it to the lower lash line. And just kind of bring it out to the edge there, kind of elongate the eye. And just smoke the outer part out just a bit, nothing too drastic. Especially because I'm doing work makeup right now, so we don't want to go in looking like, you know, woo! Like we're ready for the club. You know what? I'm just going to add just a tad more to the other side. I feel like this side's got a little bit more smokiness going on. I'm just going to add it just a touch here. Okay, so for liquid liner, I'm going to use this. You guys, the writing on the bottle is worn off, but I think it's called Flicks. I can't remember who makes it. And for your top liner, you really want to do what's complementary to the shape of your own eye. And so for me, that's just going to be just a very light line on the outer part of the eye because my eyes are deep set, almond shaped and hooded. And if I do too much of a line on top, it just takes away from the shadow that I created. And instead of enhancing the look, it's taking the look over. And I don't want that. But doing just that small part will help to elongate the eye. And so that is why I do my liner like that. But you do yours however is complementary to the shape of your eye. So as you can see, I'm just doing just a small little line on the edge there. And then when I get to the end, just lightly flick it up just to elongate just a little bit on the outer edge. And then now we just have to do our mascara and we're done. So of course, you can add lashes. I'm going to work, and I rarely wear lashes to work, every once in a while, but I'm not doing it today. And when I was thinking mascara, going through my mascara drawer, what I wanted today was a really separated, fanned out looking lash rather than a super volume type look because of, again, the shape of my eyes. And I don't want the lashes to take over the look. I want you to be able to see the pretty, you know, shades on my lid. So instead I wanted to do a very kind of like thinned out, elongated, fanned out look. And this combo did the trick for me. This is the KVD, I think it's like the Epic Curl Lash Primer. And I don't think I had even tried this. In fact, I was going through my drawer and I'm like, what the heck is this? When did I get this? I don't know, but let's give it a try. And then I ended up mixing it with the Revlon So Fierce, and it worked out well. My lashes are super curled. They look kind of like fanned out on the edge, almost as if you had those tapered lashes on. So yeah, it worked out well. And I'm gonna start with the lash primer, of course. And this stuff really did give a massive curl to my lashes. Now, I do want to mention, if you guys remember the video that I did a while back, I got sent from iMethod and PR their lash and brow serum. And I'm going to be doing that updated video where, you know, I had used the product and we're going to see, did it make any difference? So that is coming soon. I've had a couple people ask me about it. So I just wanted to mention that that video is coming very soon. It might have like maybe like another week and a half of the product left before it's gone. And then we will be doing the updated video for that. Okay. So that primer really, really, really does curl your lashes, but I feel like it clumps them together just a little bit too. So what I did with the other lash is I just kind of took one of these combs and just combed it through a little bit before I went in with the mascara, and it seemed to really, really help. So I'm going to do that again. And then I'm going to go in with the mascara. This is a good one from the drugstore, by the way. It really, really lengthens and fans your lashes out. Also, for the very, very last step, I took just a, where's she at? Just an angled brush like this, and I dipped one more time into that highlight color, and I'm taking an angled brush like that to kind of meet the shape of my inner eye, and just picking up a tad and just kind of stamping it on that inner corner just for some extra brightness after I did my concealer. And that is it. That is the completed eye look. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off, finish the rest of my makeup, and come back and show you guys what it all looked like, and I'll be right back. Okay, loves, I'm back. I'm bronzed, I'm blushed, I'm glossed, I'm highlighted, and that is it. And keep in mind also, if you're not sitting here talking through and explaining everything you're doing, like if you were going to recreate this look for yourself, it literally takes about 5 minutes per eye, 10 minutes total. Super easy, super quick. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.